I call Andrew Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Tēnā koutou e te whare paramata. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to speak on the second reading of this bill. Before doing so, I want to acknowledge the leadership of Honourable Michael Woodhouse and also the other members of the Select Committee, both from National and the opposition. Whilst we're now entering the political side of discussion around this bill, I think it's important to note that my belief is the Select Committee agreed on the vast majority of the clauses in this bill. There are some small differences, but we have had a large-scale agreement around this bill, which is a very important aspect. I just wanted to focus on a couple of issues around the bill, and just in relation to how we're going to go about achieving the objectives, which is obviously to reduce death and serious injury by 25% by 2020. The most crucial part of this bill that we're trying to bring about is a change in culture as to how people think and execute work-safe practices. And this legislation will not be regarded as being successful unless there is a fundamental shift in the way that everyone in a workplace thinks and undertakes health and safety. And that cultural change is absolutely essential. So the question is, how do we bring about a cultural change? And the primary focus is that we should be looking to achieve effective and pragmatic health and safety policies within the workplace and not necessarily trying to enshrine a compliance framework. And this is best achieved where directors, where managers and the workers in the business all get together and work out the best way to achieve it. And given that 97% of New Zealand businesses employ 20 or less people, it is our view that they should have some flexibility to be able to work out the framework that best suits that business. And this comes back to the cultural issue. The first preference is that everyone in a business is involved in the health and safety decisions. And contrary to press reports, this bill does not stop the obligation of PCBUs to engage meaningfully with their workers, nor obviates the need to come up with proper health and safety practices. The other aspect I just want to talk a little bit about is the duty of care. Now, naturally, the bill, the previous draft, had a duty of care between the PCBU and the workers of the business, but this bill takes it a little bit further in the sense that it also requires workers to make sure that when they are going about doing their own business, whether working on a machine or whether a receptionist, whatever, that they take care in the way that they look after themselves in the workplace. And secondly, and just as importantly, that they are looking after their colleagues in the workplace. And so what we've ended up with is an inextricably linked connection between the PCBU, the worker, and the colleagues in the business. And those are two of the crucial aspects that are going to make sure that the cultural change that we want to see actually occurs. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The next call is a split call. The Honourable